Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7 collectibles walkthrough, and if you don't like listening to someone talking, pause this slide and the next slide because and read them because they pretty much explain what I'm going to be saying through words throughout the rest of the video. But if you don't like reading, then just keep listening and I will do my best to get it through. You may also want to watch this video more than once as there's a lot of stuff, and the point of this video is basically to get you to the point where you could find every single collectible on your own if you wanted to, or still use my guide that I will be making if you still can't find that last character stud. The first thing you're going to want to know where things are, which are where to buy stuff, and in the Weasley shop is where you buy the spells, and that does not affect your 100% meter, but it does give you some useful spells for custom characters. And to buy gold bricks, you need to come here into Nocturne Alley. Now this whole video is going to be based around finding the multiplier bricks, which multiply the amount of studs you get. So if you have a ×2 multiplier, every stud you get is worth twice as much, or if you have the ×4, it's worth 4 times as much. And the multiplier bricks stack on top of each other, meaning if you have ×4 and ×2 enabled, you now have ×8, which means every stud you get is worth 8 times as much. And over here is where you can buy the characters, and when you go in the Leaky Cauldron itself and go up the stairs, as you'll see in a second, you can buy probably the most important bricks, which are the red bricks, and that's where the multiplier bricks will be bought when you do find them. And in this video I'll be showing how to get the multiplier bricks and detector bricks, and the detector bricks tell you where the house crest pieces are, gold bricks are, the red bricks are, and the character studs are, and they are incredibly helpful. And you may be thinking, oh, it's a lot of money to buy them, but really it's not when you get a couple of the multiplier bricks. So here I'm going to be, right now, is showing where to get all 5 of the multiplier bricks, which is ×2, 4, 6, and 8, and 10. And when you have all of them enabled, you get a multiplier of ×3,840, meaning the the blue stud, which is normally worth 1,000, is now worth 3,840,000. And right now we have 1.2 million studs, around that many, which is what we got from playing through the game once. And that's another thing you're going to want to do, beat the game at least once so you have all the areas unlocked. And when you have all the multipliers enabled, then that one blue stud will get you more money in 1 second than you would have in 10 hours of playing this game without them on. So always go for the multiplier bricks first in any LEGO game. They will help you immensely with everything else, and you will have hundreds of millions and even billions of studs by the time you get that 100% meter. The next one, I forgot the multiplier of it, but it is over here in this alleyway, or this pathway between Hogsmeade and Hogwarts. And to get the multiplier bricks, you don't need anything special. If you beat the game once, you'll have all the characters by default, and you'll have all the things you need by default. But to get other red bricks and other collectibles, you're going to need a Ravenclaw character, a character with a key, and a dark character. Now, if you beat the game once, in the last level, Bellatrix is a completely unavoidable character to get, but she also costs a whole lot of studs, which is 3.5 million studs. But if you do what I am showing, you get the multiplier bricks first and enable them, you can get 3.5 million studs way easy. So in this video we're going to be, later on after the multiplier bricks, I'm going to be showing the necessary characters that I just said, and they're going to be Luna as the Ravenclaw character that you need, Bellatrix as the dark magic character, and Griphook as the character with a key. And all of those you will be able to get inside Hogwarts, except for Griphook. You'll have to go in a level, but it's really easy to get Griphook. And as I said, I'll show it all. And this is a pretty long video, it's like 19 minutes I think, so it is a lot to try and remember, but just do this stuff one step at a time and use the 2 slides at the beginning of the video to help you out if you need it. And as I said, if you do follow this whole video, you'll be able to easily find every collectible on your own. But I'm still going to be making the guide for, as I said earlier, the people who just can't seem to find that last student in peril or whatever it is that you'll need. And another character that I kind of forgot to mention is Neville, and you're gonna want to be able to unlock him and buy him so you can do this really kind of fancy trick in the divination room, which will allow you to allow you to get a whole lot of studs that will give you that nice boost that you may need to buy more multiplier bricks. But you are definitely going to want to buy at least one multiplier brick before you do that trick, and again, that'll be shown at the very end of this video, so skip ahead to like, I think 18-17 minutes if you want to see that small trick, or small cool thing that LEGO lets you do, I guess. And you're also going to need a strong character, but I'm going to be getting all of the red bricks first, and one of the red brick power-ups is super strength, which gives every character the strength ability. So I'm not going to need a strong character, but if you can't find the strength brick, or you don't have it or whatever, and you for some reason don't want to use the video that I'll be making that has all the locations of every red brick, then you'll probably want to buy Dudley or Hagrid or someone that you can. Dudley is probably the easiest to find, and I'm not going to be showing where he is just because, as I said, I'll be getting all the red bricks first, so I'll have all of the power-ups that I'll need. Anyway, here's the final red brick, the ×10 one, and we go, Scar and I, well, Scar's playing right now, but he goes and buys all of them, or as many as he can, as we can, and then we, as many as he can, as many as you can, and then buy them and enable them, like I said earlier. Right here is going to be getting necessary characters. The first one will be Luna, and you need to get up into this tube so you can get the broom out of the tube, and to get that you just need to shoot it with Reducto, or shoot the chest with Reducto, put the tube together, and get the broom out of the tube. And again, the reason you need Luna is to have a Ravenclaw character, and you only need a Ravenclaw character for the for one red brick, so it's not a big deal if you don't have one. But if you want to get them all at once, then you are going to need her anyway. And one variation of Luna, there's many Luna characters. One of them is up on that roof, and we just found that one to be the easiest to get. The second one will be running through Hogwarts, and doing collectibles are going to be running through Hogwarts a lot, which is really annoying. And you actually end up memorizing it where you could run through it in your sleep if you had to, which is kind of sad, but anyway. Run through Hogwarts all the way over here, and we are going to be getting Neville. You need to go to the divination room. And right now, Neville is completely optional. You don't have to get him, but he does help immensely with one part, which we will be showing. Kind of stumbling over my words there. And if you already have a lot of studs, and you don't really need to do this part, but it is kind of good too, just so you have those extra studs. Here's the area outside of the divination room, and all you have to do is walk up here to the left, and to get the Neville character, you need to shoot those 3 hanging teacups in the ceiling up there. And then you have to build the giant teacup, which will give you the character stud of Neville. The next character I'm going to be showing you how to get is Grip Hook, which is a character with a key. And if you may be wondering, why do we have to get these people? It's because they don't give it to you by default. But first, to get Grip Hook, you need a dark character, and if you bought all of the multiplier bricks first and got 3.5 million studs as easily as I said you could, which is really easy, then you should be able to buy Bellatrix right away, even though she is 3.5 million studs. There are cheaper dark characters, Tom Riddle and a couple of others I think, but Tom Riddle's 2 million, and as far as I know, the Death Eaters themselves can't cast dark magic. I really don't know why, and neither can anyone from the Malfoy neither can anyone from the Malfoy family besides maybe Lucius. I'm really not sure why that is, but anyway, here I'm just showing you how I have instantly 9 million studs because my multiplier is at 3840. And as you saw when I was collecting all of the red bricks for the multipliers, I only had around 1.2 million studs, but I was able to buy the ×10 brick, and then I went into a level and got way more than enough studs to buy the rest of the multiplier bricks by just doing a couple of sections in that level. And the cool thing about levels in this game is you don't have to do the whole level to finish it. You can just press start and return to the Leaky Cauldron or hub or whatever it's called and exit and save, and it'll save all of your progress and everything you got, which is really useful because you don't have to do every single level every single time. Anyway, the point of this is to get Grip Hook, which you need to come over here to the right and use Dark Magic on this light thing, whatever it's called, and wait for this cart to come down, and then you are of course going to have to use Run to be able to use it because it's a Weasley box. So you put this sticky wall up on the pillar here, or the post, whatever it is that holds up the bottom of Gringotts, supports the bottom of Gringotts. I guess it could be a pillar or a post, whatever the heck you want to call it. Just walk up, get Grip Hook, and then leave the level. Now the next is going to be the detector bricks, and you are going to need someone. You are going to need Dark Magic character to get all of the detector bricks, so it's a good thing to buy Bellatrix before you attempt to go for these. The first one will be here with this dumpster, and the 4 different detector bricks are the gold brick detector brick, the red brick detector, the character stud detector, and the house crest detector. 3 of those are useful outside of Hogwarts, outside of the levels and inside Hogwarts, but the 4th one, the house crest detector, isn't useful in the Hogwarts area because it only detects house crest pieces inside of levels themselves, obviously. And with these detectors, they will give you arrows of where the thing is, and you can pretty much figure out what you need to do after you see where they are. So as I said twice already, you can pretty much find all the collectibles on your own once you find all of these detector bricks. Now you may find when you're in Hogwarts you need a character different than what you already have, and to be able to switch into that character, since they're not randomly walking around like they are in other LEGO games, you just need to find a potion that you can drink and switch to Polyjuice Potion, which we're showing right here, which is down at the bottom, and then you switch into the character you want, and most of the time we're going to be Bellatrix, except for one of the red bricks, which will be Luna, but that's for the separate guide which shows all of the red bricks location in the video. And we already have around half of the red bricks, or whatever 5 plus, what, 2 or 3 is, so not even half of the red bricks since there's 20 you can find, but there's the red brick detector, and you can buy that and enable it, and it'll tell you where every red brick is, and I already said that. But another cool thing that is kind of interesting in this that they added is that there's ghosts in each area, and the ghosts will tell you how many of the characters you have, if you have the gold brick, if you have the student in peril, and if you have the red brick, if there are any in that area. So look for a ghost when you're inside Hogwarts, or out in the surrounding areas of Hogwarts, when you need to, if you're wondering which pieces you may or may not have. And for this red brick, you just need to blow up that red cabinet and then build this car. And then follow the trail of studs, and as you see with our multiplier on, which always turn on your stud multiplier when you have them bought, we have over 100 million studs, and we haven't even finished recording the collectibles for this game yet, and we already have like 2 billion, as you will see in later videos if you decide to watch the full collectible videos of red bricks and character bricks and gold bricks and house crest pieces and all that good stuff. There's the Hogwarts Crest Detector, and there is, I believe, one more that we need to get. And I was not paying attention to the names of them, so I forgot what what the one is that we're getting. But it's in the divination room, and it's also very fitting because this is where you're going to want to, well, this is where the fancy stud trick that I was talking about earlier is. But to get this red brick, you put on the Spectre specs, then jump down over here to the left and build the hidden bricks. Then shoot the crystal ball and give the parcel, they're really called parcels, but everyone else calls them red bricks, and give the red brick to the owl. And as you can see with that ghost, it says that we have the red brick and the one character, which was Neville, which we got earlier. Now this part is what you're going to need Neville for. You'll also need either Ron or Harry. You will need Ron, and I think one of them, anyone can do it. You'll see it in a second, but you're going to need to find Apologies Potion. The closest one is in the big courtroom place type thing, not courtroom, big major hallway to the left. I guess that's the only way to explain it. But make sure you buy Neville, of course, after you unlock him, and then go back to the divination room. And then you want to come up, well, you want to build this crystal gumball machine looking thing first, and then you want to come up kind of to the top, which is, okay, well first we're going to switch to Ron and put this ball into the gumball machine type thing, and you have to do that with 3 different ones. They kind of just show random predictions, which really make no sense. Besides that one makes sense, but there's actually 2 of them that make almost no sense. Anyway, you need Neville for this one, not to get the ball that you have to put into the gumball machine, but you need him to be able to put the ball into the gumball machine. You'll see. Just put this tube together, use Reducto on that cabinet, and get the other piece of the tube from the bat. Put the tube on the top, and you can use Hermione if you want, or you can use Neville's frog, or toad, I guess, and push the ball out, which will then magically roll all the way down into this pit, and then you can put that into the gumball machine, which again you need Neville for that particular one. And I don't know if that's supposed to be his grandma, or if he's afraid of shears with hats chasing him, or if that's supposed to be Snape or something, I don't know. That one really didn't make any sense. Anyway, for the final ball that you have to put into the gumball machine type thing, you're going to need to use magic on this plant and move it over. And then you're going to have to dig, which, as far as I know, toads can't dig, but Neville does carry a shovel everywhere he goes. And you can just use that to dig, which drops the ball into the area that you need to be in, and be either Ron or Harry, I don't really think it matters with this one. And put that into the gumball machine, which shows Voldemort shooting Cedric with Harry kind of sitting around, and then Voldemort laughing like the maniacal sociopath he is. And once this little mini scene finishes, then all of these blue studs will be popping out everywhere. And this is best for this part to play with 2-player, and of course have your multipliers on. But as you can see here, we hadn't bought out of all of them yet, so we only have times 20. And that might not make any sense, but it's because we recorded at different times and showed it at different